I'm Jen, and I am having a meal with my new friend, Woodstock. And you have a wonderful story, and I thank you so much for sharing it.
Yeah, it goes when I first got on the streets. The very first day I was on the streets, I was worried about what I should do, and I walked up to a guy sitting at BK in the front yard of BK under a tree. And he had a bottle, and he was an alcoholic, and I asked him for help. I asked him what I should do. His name was Bert. I said, Bert, Mom dropped me off at a shelter. What do I do? He said, do you have any money? I said, I stepped back about 10 or 12 feet.
I don't want to film her. Okay, go ahead.
I looked in my pocket, and there was $22. I said, I got $22. He said, go to Walmart, get a tent, and meet me back here. Before I left, he dumped his bottle out into the grass, the whole entire bottle of alcohol. When I got back, he showed me the in and outs and the yes and the no's and the ones and the twos and the threes and the fours, and showed me everything I need to do and showed me where I can put my tent up. He spent the whole day sober, and when he left me, I was fine, but he died that night. He froze to the concrete. I don't know whether he was drunk or not, but he died that night after he helped me. And I think that's special because he did it sober.
Yeah.
The whole entire day sober, helping me. Whatever he did on his own time, he did on his own time. But for somebody to do that, for somebody to take the time out to do that, that's special. And that was a defining moment in my life.
But, and you also, you touched my heart because we've just spent an hour or more talking and all the things that you do. And you corrected me because we are not have-nots. We have it despite not having the material things. But you are like Bert. You know, you give to other people.
I spent 30 plus years taking, being that hateful. I don't want to be near you. I don't like anything about you. I was ungodly. I was everything a person shouldn't be. Then I cleaned myself up, got clean, and now I'm all about the God thing. I have a good relationship with him. I do exactly what he asked me to do. I'm not schizophrenic. I just know what works.
Yeah.
I spend my days just giving back as much as I can when I can. I bought somebody dinner last night off the top of my head, but that's what I was told to do. I just want everybody to see that homeless people are just like everybody else.
Yeah.
We're no different. Somehow we're even more special in ways.
Mm-hmm.
I think that if society opened their arms and just pulled us in and let us do our thing, man, things would be a lot better. There's people out there who are homeless that have qualities about them, special qualities about them that can improve our way of life. But in each and every individual, there's choice. You choose whether you want to or not. I choose to do the right thing now and be the person I've always wanted to be. And whether I'm homeless or not, I'm still that same person.
Yeah.
And it took a lot of work and rethinking and sacrifice to get to where I need to be. And if I'm going to say the biggest thing of change is sacrifice. I had to lose a lot of what was inside of me. I had to tweak and turn and crank and do the opposite of everything I'd done.
But how did we meet? Because
we met because I was outside being a kid flying a drone.
And I just wanted to have fun right there with you.
Right. And but what that is just me enjoying myself the only way you can when you're homeless. There's nothing really here to do.
There's a lot more life there's ironically a lot more freedom
There is.
to have fun and to be joy and to be oneself
But
without the
with
parameters.
freedom, there's
Yeah.
responsibility
Yeah.
that we must maintain. I am one that is following the law now. I go out of my way to make sure that that happens. I have my up and down days. I'm not perfect. I don't want to be perfect. I don't want to be recognized and I just want to be me, and maybe somebody will catch on and say, hey, I want to be like him, or I want to feel like him. That's where you win.
Yeah.
One person, it can only be one, maybe a half of a person. If it helps them, I've run into a lot of people around here.
There's children behind you, so I'm going to zoom in on you so I don't
Okay.
get so I don't get the children.
So
Yeah.
when I see people and I have a chance to talk with them, I give them my story, and it helps. And I can see it in their eyes that I'm doing something.
Yeah.
And I just want love in the world. That's it. I just that way. I'm 51 years old. I just turned 51 in January.
Happy birthday. Happy every day.
And I'm the person that I've always wanted to be, and I never want to change.
Yeah.
Being homeless is. This is. Hold on a minute. You're gonna have to pause out a minute. I got to get this right, because I made this up.
Okay.
I got it.
Okay.
Being homeless is here, not here. That's the way it is. Because
What do you mean by that?
What do I mean by that is you're only homeless because you don't have a home, a
Right.
place that's over your head.
Right.
But in your heart, you're not homeless.
Right.
You're just like everybody else, free to do everything else and be that person you want to be. And 90% of the homeless people ain't even homeless. We have tents.
Right.
We live in tents. I live on a piece of property up there, up the road, very well. And I maintain everything very well. I keep very clean, and I'm not allowed to be there, but we're not allowed to be anywhere.
Yeah.
And that is an issue that I'm getting down with. As a homeless person, you are not to lay your head in any piece of property in Georgia unless you own it. 90% is all government land, and you're not allowed. That's against the law. You can have a fine. You can go to jail. But we take the risk because why? Because sleeping on the streets and at bus stops and out in the open is also against the law. So we're not allowed to sleep in the open. We're not allowed to sleep in the away. We have to do what we have to do. So I found a place I call Paradise, where nobody has ever been before. Man, truck, vehicle.
Don't give too much away. Don't give too much away.
Right near here, that I went to 30 years ago and spent one day and promised I'd move there.
There you go.
It's paradise. It's the most beautiful place I've ever seen on earth, and I've been all over the country. It should be a national park. The reason I'm there is because I'm at peace there.
Yeah.
No worries. When I leave here and I go home, I sleep. I slept every night. Don't do drugs anymore either, so that helps. But
Well, Mr. Paradise, thank you so much
Not a problem.
for sharing your joy with me and now with my friends as well. I'm going to give you a hug after this.